Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Kanawha Valley. We need a bell ringer. Linda's going to ring the bell. Be careful with that shoulder, dear. And I will light the Christ candle. Now, if you would please speak with me your opening statement, and you will find that on the inside of your bulletin under the little number 1. We'll say that together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. Now let's take a moment as we settle into this sacred space this morning and contemplate that message for just a moment. And now let's affirm it together once more. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. And so it is. Our songs this morning will be led by Ron, accompanied by Jeff.
Good morning. Would you please stand? We'll sing Surely the Presence, which is right inside your front cover. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. I can feel His mighty power and His grace. I can hear the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on His face. Surely the presence of Jeff is determined that today's key of life is in E flat. So all these hymns are in E flat. Just so we keep track. Flow, Spirit, flow, and all my fears release. I am a shadow for thy love and peace. Fill me with power and let my heart be strong. Fill me with joy that I may sing thy song. Heal, Spirit, heal, and all myself renew. I am expressing my perfection true. Fill me with love that I may fall in thee. Fill me with life that I may live for thee. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thanks, Jeff. Who knew my key was E flat? I could kind of hit some of those notes. Good morning. It's great to see everyone this morning. Hey, John. Good to see an old friend back there we haven't seen for a while. Thanks for coming, John and Lisa. Do we have any new first-time visitors? Nope. Sparse crowd this morning, but a beautiful crowd of lovely faces. Thank you. Announcements this week. We are still collecting Davis luggage and backpacks for the Davis Children's Shelter. And as you know, that we like to collect those to help those little kids as they exit the shelter to find their new home. So we appreciate Dewey Lester for picking those up and taking them to the shelter for us. And the Sojourner Shelter, likewise, is collecting snakes. Woo! I hope not. I won't be going there. I'm not going there. Snacks. Powder drinks. I might can hit E flat, but I can't read. Powder drinks, coffee, diapers, and wipes for the kids over there for this month of May. So please email or call Pam to arrange drop-off times for those. And we are still collecting used but in good shape walking shoes for those in recovery and addiction. So there's a bin in the activity room for those shoes. Please collect those. You've been so generous, and the people that are working on that project are so very grateful. We are a tithing church. Everything that we bring in, we give out 10% to local charities in support of Unity Worldwide Ministries. So, and that's this month we will be tithing to Unity Worldwide Ministries, and in June, the tithe will go to hospice in memory of our wonderful UKV members such as Pastor Larry and Patricia. So thank you for that. And Patricia's service will be today, visitation at 2, and the memorial service at 3, or the funeral service at 3. Sky will be officiating. Thank you, Sky. We still need volunteers for the AV project. We have a lovely, handsome volunteer back there today, filling in for Danny, and we appreciate you, David. You are so welcome here anytime. Let's see what else. Amazon Smile, Kroger fundraisers, please use those because they help the church. And our lovely Pam will be out of the office until next Sunday. How will we operate without her? I don't know. Thursdays we have the book study group. Is that going to continue, Sky, with you going out of town? Or are you going to do that?
It certainly is.
Virtually? Yeah, that'll be good. And I've already talked about Patricia Richmond's service this afternoon. And on May 25th, Barbie continues her Unravel group here at the church at 5:15, a journaling and discussion group open to all who are interested.
First timers are welcome. Always have a few people there for the first time.
Okay, great. And do you still ask for reservations?
Yeah, I'd like to know how many people are coming so I bring enough stuff.
Stuff. Everybody wants stuff. So sign up. And Janet. Yeah, come on up, Janet. Yes, please. Thank you.
The Prayer Chaplain program, since the pandemic, we have not been offering in-person prayer. But we are so thrilled today to announce that we are once again offering in-person prayer. So I am the prayer chaplain today. I'll be hanging out in through here after the service, and if anyone would like a prayer, I would be more than happy to see the Christ in you. And that is the purpose of Unity Prayer, is simply to help you to see the good that is right there for you and to enforce that for you. So we are thrilled to once again be able to offer in-person prayer, and that starts today. And do I give it back to you or to Sky?
Where is he?
He's right there. Okay, I'm turning it over to Sky.
Thank you so much, Janet. Good morning. We're not up. Good morning. Welcome, shalom, namaste, aloha. The light in me greets the light in you. My name is, there we go. My name is Sky Kirschner. I want to thank you for joining us here live and online. Thank you for being with us from wherever you are. You all know that so we've got the Patricia Richmond Memorial today at 3. Patty's is not going to be cremated. She's going to be buried next to her beloved husband, Daryl, in St. Albans, I think it is. And that the burial will be tomorrow morning at 9:30. More or less a private thing, but if you'd like to come, you can. But the memorial will be at 3 today. The mission of Unity of Kanawha Valley is to provide you with a welcoming community of love, acceptance, and spiritual support. Here at Unity, we celebrate our being alive together, the fact that each of us is worthy of dignity and respect with no exceptions, and we affirm our diversity. We recognize that each of us is on our own unique journey and that we are here to support each other in that journey. It's my hope that you'll know that you're welcome here just as you are, that you are free to be yourself, and that you're invited to explore some ideas that might be useful to you in your life. Today, we'll be discussing the idea of finding your North Star, finding your North Star. Prayer is an essential part of what we're about here today, so let's do that right now. Would you close your eyes or soften your gaze? Let a smile come to your face and see how that changes your feeling in your body. And would you say to yourself silently, in this silence, I am reminded of who I am. In this silence, I am reminded of who I am. And would you imagine that you are standing or sitting in front of who you are meant to be? However you picture that version of yourself. Look that person in the eye, feel their gratitude and love for you, and let that gratitude fill your heart. And would you say to that natural part of you. Thank you for reminding me of who I am. Thank you for reminding me of who I am. And would you give yourself a big yawn and a big stretch? Turn to someone near you if you feel comfortable and say to them, thank you for reminding me of who I am. I want to thank each of you for reminding me of who I am when I forget. And I want to thank you for being here on this journey together. Your being here is a part of the world that we're creating today. Every small thing you do today makes a difference in your life and in the life of those around you. I want to thank the universe, God, the source of all life and love, for another day on this amazing journey. I want to thank everyone who's made this service possible, for Stephen and our bodacious board of broad-minded buoyancy, brilliance, breathtaking benevolence, and badass blessedness. For Barbie, Rich, Laura, David, and Sally, all members of our board. For Pam, our multitasking magician of administrative magic. For Ron and Jeff, our unmasked, hard-working heroes of heavenly harmonies. For, yeah, I know it's getting worse. For Peggy, our worship leader. I need to work on that, Peggy. Sorry. Sorry. For Ernie Kessel, our Zoom hostess with the mostest. For Rich, our Zoom meister. For Danny, who's on hiatus. And for David, who's filling in at the AV today. And for our amazing prayer chaplains who call each member every month. For Sharon, Janet, Marianne, Laura, Alexa, Sally, and Beth. For Sally, our kids person, who is off today. All those snacks for yourself, right? For our daily word reader, Linda Austin. Thank you very much, Linda. And Linda Austin, our junior bell ringer. Thank you for ringing our bell. And I want to remind you that God is our source. The pen is in your hand, and a new day is dawning for us all. Do I have the right person?
I think Stephen's David. We're going to make a change.
All right, we're going to make a change.
How's that supposed to be?
Now, this is a problem that every church would want to have. Too many volunteers vying for the same position. Don't leave, Linda. No, just kidding. Linda's going to go to the back if she's not going to be up front. She's in June. Ah, thank you for being willing. All right, and let's remember the importance of this present moment as we enter into a period of silence. So we might begin with the sounds in the room. The air conditioner moving, the air around. The sounds of shuffling. Adjusting. Getting more comfortable in our bodies. You might notice the experience of having a body and being in a body. The points of contact between your body and the living material world. The way the floor is supporting us perfectly right now. The seat, the pew, the bench, the windowsill. You might notice the temperature in the room, the feeling of the air on your skin. Places of tension in your body. And you might notice your breathing. This circulation, the bringing in of what is necessary for life, the moment of pause as the air is transferred within our lungs, the letting go and the exhaling. And the resting. Jesus said, "Seek ye the kingdom." The kingdom is in your midst. It is at hand. It is among you. And it is within. And so we practice this teaching of seeking the kingdom within. We know this kingdom to be a spaciousness of abundance and sufficiency, where we come to know and see that we have enough and we are enough. And that our heart's desires are open to us. This is a place of healing, a place of acceptance and of cure, where we trust ourselves to be part of the great cycle of life, where we trust that each cell in our body knows what it needs to do. This is a place of relationship, of connection, of caring, of friendship and of love, of repair and apology, of forgiveness and reconciliation. This is a place where we can forgive ourselves when we notice that we are not being all that we can be. And this is a place of guidance, where the still, small voice still speaks, where the North Star within us guides our way. And it's from this place that we reach out to anyone, anywhere, in any need or trouble. Those living in fear, those who are running for their lives, those who are trapped. Those who are separated from ones they love, those who are frightened and alone, those who are having trouble breathing, those for whom today will be their final day, those living in fear about the future, guilt about the past, insecurity about the present. Those struggling with addiction, and those making their journey through recovery. We see you in our mind's eye right now. Our hearts go out to you. We know that God's presence is spread out equally throughout this world, and that the consciousness, the awareness of God's presence is possible at all moments, in all circumstances, in all places, to all people, with no exceptions. And for this, we are grateful.
The daily word for today, Sunday, May 22nd, 2022, is forgive. I begin my journey of forgiveness. Unforgiveness is a heavy bag of rocks I carry on my shoulders. When I drop the bag and begin to set the rocks aside one by one, I embark on a healing journey. God is with and within me on this journey as my constant support and strength. When forgiveness feels difficult, I need only return my attention to Spirit, its constant loving and acceptance presence within me. Reestablishing my conscious connection brings warm and welcoming acceptance. It is an important step in the unburdening process of forgiveness. I forgive others as well as myself. Knowing each act of forgiveness increases my freedom to live a happy and fulfilling life. And today's scripture from Colossians chapter 3, verse 13. Bear with one another, and if anyone has a complaint against another, forgive each other. Just as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive.
Broken hearts and broken wings, bring it all and everything. Bring the song you fear to sing, all is welcome here. Even if you broke your vow 1,000 times, come anyhow. We're stepping into the power of now, all is welcome here. That's your part, by the way. See the Father and the Son reunited, here they come, dancing to the sacred drum. They know they're welcome here. See the shaman and the mighty priest, see the beauty and the beast, singing, I shall be released. I am welcome here. So bring your laughter, bring your tears, your busy lives and your careers. Bring the pain you carried for years. All is welcome here. Freedom is not so far away, and there's only one price to pay. Live your dreams until they fade. Let them go. Live your dreams and let them go.
thanks so much. Ron and Jeff, that was fabulous. I appreciate everyone being here. This is a hard weekend for us in some ways, letting go of two of our pillars of the church, Larry Navio service yesterday and Patricia's today, and we're kind of sandwiched in here. So I appreciate everyone's presence and all the help that everyone has been so free to step up, especially with Pam away. I realized as I was coming up here that I didn't have a joke ready, but there's one joke that I always remember and I love, and it's a very short one, and I hope you enjoy it too. Do you know why the guy that needed new glasses fell into the well? He didn't see that well. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. So put your hand on your heart, please, and repeat after me. This is my heart. Through it, I am connected to my neighbor, to my source, and to myself. I am learning to trust it in all things, and I am grateful. Well, Martha Beck's one of her books, Steering by Starlight, starts off with this story. I know a man. Let's call him Gus. Gus's nose is continuously attempting to turn itself into an ear. Gus's original nose was crushed in a car accident, and the plastic surgeons rebuilt it by taking cartilage from one of his ears and sculpting it into the shape that they needed and grafting it onto his nasal bridge. I didn't know that that's how this worked. Their skill was amazing. You would never notice anything unusual about Gus's remodeled schnoz. However, that little bit of cartilage never forgot what it started out to be. Ever since the surgery, it's been trying to recreate the ear from which it was harvested. Gradually, as the years go by, it morphs into a delicate oral Now, I'm confused here by what it morphs into a delicate aural. What is an aural? Okay, so it morphs. It's starting to morph back into the ear is the point. And Gus has to go back to the doctors and they whittle it down again. But the cartilage is not discouraged. Before the procedure is over, it's already continuing its humble, inexorable ambition to regenerate its original form. And then Martha Beck writes, I can empathize with Gus's nose, and I suspect you can too. It's an amazing story, isn't it? That's it. I know what you mean. Yeah. That's good. Have you ever felt stymied or aimless or directionless, as if you're carrying an unresolved emotional wound? Or you're feeling a lack of enthusiasm for your life, or you're feeling frustrated and stuck? I remember I was in a job years and years ago. It did not fit for me. I didn't appreciate my boss in the way my boss wanted to be appreciated. And I would get out into the parking lot and I would get into my car and I'd close the door and these tears would just come to my eyes. I'm sure everyone here has had some kind of experience where what you were doing, what you were involved in, you knew just wasn't working for you. Even if you didn't know it in your head, in my head I felt stuck, but my heart, the ear connected to my nose, kept trying to tell me, listen, listen, you're miserable. Finding your North Star, Polaris. This is how the sailors would guide themselves at night, either by sunlight and determining where north was from where the position of the sun in the sky, or by night watching the constellations. Now, if you saw the picture in the email that I sent or on the Facebook page, you saw the stars. It's a picture of a night sky, and it's a long exposure photograph, and the stars are swirling around a center point. That center point, of course, is the North Star, Polaris. All the other stars rotate around that North Star. Do you remember how to find the North Star? If you could see it, it's at the end of the Big Dipper, and the Big Dipper points to it. How does that go? Eagle Scouts? John?
I think the handle of the Big Dipper points to the North Star.
The handle of the Big Dipper points, and the Little Dipper might be, the end of the Little Dipper might have the North Star in it, but there it is. But who has seen the Big Dipper or the Little Dipper recently? Right? Yes, thank you. And that's precisely the point. The stars are up there all the time, right? The North Star is up there all the time. But to be able to see it and to be able to be guided by it, we have to take ourselves to a place where there isn't as much what we would call light pollution. And what would the light pollution be for you? I'm sure it's different for everybody. What are those things that take you, that take me away from being able to see the guidance that's available to me? Now, I'm kind of doing this, and I was reading about the North Star, and I came across a Google thing that said North Star and spirituality. I thought, oh, that sounds great. That's just what I'm talking about. So I went to it, and it talked about how the North Star is inspirational, because they're thinking that spirituality has to do with connecting with something out there. But as Martha Beck and as you who follow Unity readings and teachings know, the true North Star is the one that's in here. It doesn't have to do with, I mean, it does sometimes, removing ourselves from things that keep us from seeing these faint glimmers, that keep us from hearing the still small voice that still speaks. What do I need to do to reconnect with that part of me? I think the first thing that helps me reconnect is when I feel frustrated. When I sense that I have not said no to something that I should have said no to. And now I have a frustration or a resentment building up, and the inner North Star is telling me, run. I remember, I forget, you know this song probably, I forget. Was it the guy that did Inch by Inch, Row by Row? He's talking about if you're out on a date, and on a first date, and the person you're out on the date with is abusing the waiter or the waitress. Excuse yourself, go to the bathroom, and run, right? If they're abusing a waitress or a waiter, a server that they don't know, that's not a good sign for the future of your relationship. But how often do we ignore these no's? All the time, right? Martha Beck writes, teaching your social self to pay attention when your essential self says no is the most basic way to connect with your North Star, your inner guidance. Well, I could go on, but I'm not going to. You all are getting the point, right? We all have this inside us. Our Thursday book club, what's the name of it? The Way of Integrity. Martha, so this is about her 5th book. She's an amazing person. Grew up Mormon. Her father was like a high up Mormon theologian at the Mormon seminary, or whatever the equivalent of that is. And she noticed that she had an inner no. She went to Harvard and then left Harvard, came back to Utah to raise her kids, was teaching at Brigham Young University, and they started sending out things that said you had to believe certain things to believe here. And even though it cost her dearly and was very scary at the time, her inner no just said she could not sign some of these things that they wanted her to sign. Now, that's her inner no, right? I'm not suggesting that that particular flavor of religion is bad for everybody. Everyone can find love on their own path, including non-religion, right? But for her, she felt an inner no. It wasn't working for her. And this book is sort of the story of her honoring that inner no, and then all of the things that happened in her life from that point. She, in the Way of Integrity, has decided she's only going to tell the truth for a year. That would be another way to honor your inner no, would be to see what it's like to only tell the truth for a day, for a year. I'll close with a story from a book that many of you probably know, Do What You Want and the Money Will Follow. Who wrote that book? All right, whoever wrote that. I'm looking around to all my big readers here. But she has a story in that book of a horse that has lived its life in a stable. When I lived in Big Chimney, we had neighbors who had a barn, and they had 5 horses in the barn. And I never saw them out. And I was over visiting with them, and I said, you know, I never see your horses out. And they said, oh yeah, they're too valuable. We're afraid they might hurt themselves. The ground isn't level. I said, wow, they use them for breeding or something? I wasn't quite sure. They enjoyed the horses, but the horses, I never saw them out of the barns. And the author of Do What You Love and the Money Will Follow writes, it's like you're a horse that's lived in a barn all of its life. And you were born in the barn, and you lived in the barn, and people brought you food, and the barn was okay. You had hay, and you had, warmth, and you were in a barn, and it was okay. And then one day, someone left the door open, and you walked outside. And it was like a little bright, and you had to kind of squint for a while. But you felt this air. And then you took some steps, and you saw all this space. And you started to kind of feel this feeling in your body that kind of said, this is where I belong. And you didn't know it until you had that experience. I remember coming here to Unity. I had that experience. Other people had that experience coming to you. I didn't know this place existed. I walked in and I sat through this service and it was like, what? What was that? I didn't know a place like this could exist, where people could be just supported for. You could believe whatever you want. A religion without fear. What the heck is going on here, right? I'm used to this barn, and I'm used to being afraid, and then guilty, and then they tell you what to do, and then you feel bad about it because you can't do it. That's what I was used to. So I want to thank you. I'm about to start on a 2-month sabbatical. I appreciate everyone who's supported me and we just support each other. Oh, here comes another alliteration. The Sunday sermon summer series of spectacular speakers I sent that out. Reverend Ron English will be speaking next Sunday, and you saw the list. If you didn't see the list, let me know. But Ron's topic will be being in the flow. So please support all the speakers that are coming this Sunday, and I'll look forward to seeing you all again, some of you this afternoon, and in August when I'll be back and online. Am I forgetting something, Barbara? You started to smile, and I thought, oh, what did I just forget? Okay, thank you. So thank you all so much, and let's hear another song and do our offering. Thank you.
Will the ushers come forward, please? You'll find the offering blessing on the inside of your bulletin. It is number 2. And let's repeat that together. Divine love, moving in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, I trust God, and I am grateful.
Jesus spoke, entreating them to live together in a great circle of love. And while the followers asked him then, who should be included? Jesus said, let everybody in, everybody in, everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody into the circle, circle. Oligarchs and tyrants try to keep some in and everyone else outside, till revolution sweeps across the land and the people all stand and the common folk cry, let everybody in, everybody in, everybody in, to the circle, circle. Everybody, everybody, everybody in, to the circle, circle. Sometimes a circle is a class or a creed. Sometimes a circle is made of only men. Until Susan B. Anthony says, what about me? Let me in. So everybody in, everybody in, everybody into the circles. Let everybody, 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 everybody into the circles. Still the circle is a privileged thing, excluding people for the color of their skin, until the voice of Martin Luther King says, let freedom ring, let me in. So everybody in, everybody in, everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody, 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 everybody into the circle. Let's hear it for Jeff on the piano. Gay or straight, rich or poor, old or broken, open up that door. The more we are, the greater we become. After all, we are all one. Bring in the people, but don't stop there. Bring the sea and the birds in the air, bringing the rivers wide and the mountains tall. We go together, but not at all. And everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody into the circle, circle. Everybody into the circle. Keep going. Everybody to the circle, circle. Everybody to the circle, circle.
Oh, thank you, Ron and Jeff. So at this time, we give thanks for these gifts and offerings that keep this place of love flourishing. We are so grateful for all the people here who willingly share of their time and their talent and their treasure. And we are grateful for messages that remind us that our North Star, our Christ light, shines brightly in each and every one of us, and we can trust that to guide us to our highest and best. So we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
Now, if you'd like to make a circle, we will do our closing songs.
Let everybody into this circle. We do have some food left from Larice's luncheon yesterday, so please, I put it out in the kitchen. Help yourself as you're leaving if you're a little bit hungry, and we'll see you at 2 or 3, maybe. Do we have any birthdays? Sorry. Oh. Ah. Yay.
Annie